So hey everybody, it's Mickey, and we just got back from our fall break spent in Palm Springs, California. I'm going to share with you the house tour of where we stayed. I have some great packing tips for you, some holiday hauls, and a simple, quick weeknight dinner. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So the family is heading out to Palm Springs for my niece's wedding. Everyone is flying in to come together and celebrate such a wonderful, happy occasion. So I am up in my bedroom. I am getting all packed up. We are leaving tomorrow for Palm Springs, California. My niece is getting married on Saturday. I could not be happier. So I have my suitcase down there, and I am going to start loading it up with my packing cubes. After much consideration, I have decided what I'm bringing with me, and everything is pretty much all packed, so I just have to load the suitcase. Usually, I'm a pretty quick packer. I usually have a good idea of what I want to bring. For this trip, it was a little bit different because here in Virginia, we have absolutely beautiful fall weather. Now, where we're going in Palm Springs, it's going to be 102 degrees. 102 degrees. I mean, how do you pack in October for 102 degree temperatures? I just hope that our sweet bride does not melt on her wedding day. I think on her wedding day, I think it's going to be about 99. So I guess it'll be a little bit cooler. So I did take some time. I've decided what I'm going to bring. I have it all packed here in my packing cubes. Now, I don't know if you guys use packing cubes when you go on your trips, but I highly recommend them. I think that they are the best way to pack. I just found mine on Amazon, and I think that they are just as good as some of those really expensive ones that you can buy like at the Container Store and things. I iron everything before I pack, and I have found that they have a little bit of like a compression pressure in them, so things just do not move. So when I get there, everything is going to be nice and pressed, and I won't look like a weary traveler. So I had a couple things that I wanted to show you that I had bought new for this trip, and one of those items is this beautiful evening bag that I got on Amazon. Can you believe it? I just think this is so beautiful. I think it's called Lucite. I'm gonna have to check the listing, but I think that it's called Lucite, and it's two different shades. It has like an ivory shade here in the middle and like a really pretty peachy pink color along the side. And it has a magnetic closure, so you can fit in like a little bit of money, a lipstick, my cell phone, and I just think that it is just perfect. It also comes with a couple different chains that you can use it, you know, I guess as a crossbody bag or a shoulder bag. I am just using it as a clutch. Sometimes when I use those chains, they kind of snag on your dress a little bit, and I really don't want that to happen. So I just thought this was so beautiful. I can't remember what I paid for it, but trust me, it probably was only maybe like $20 or $30 at the most. I'm going to leave a listing down below for you guys with a link to it. If you are looking for a bag, they had a bunch of different colors, and I got this one, and I also got like a multicolor one that can pretty much go with, you know, any dress you have. So I also use one of these packing cubes to hold my shoes. I like to keep them a little bit separate from my clothes to keep everything nice and clean, but I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. So this is my packing cube of all the shoes that I am taking to Palm Springs. Now, as you can see, they are all various shades of nude. So I have a couple dresses that I'm going to be wearing while I'm there. They have a, you know, a bunch of events planned, and I didn't know what shoes that I wanted to bring, and I didn't want to wear the same ones to all the events, you know. So I have a bunch of nude shoes. Nude is my favorite shoe to wear with pretty much any dress because I'm short. I'm about 5'2", and a nude shoe I think really does help elongate you a little bit. It doesn't cut your, you know, cut your leg off with like a really dark base or anything. So I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 nude shoes, and then I went ahead and I bought another pair of nude shoes. Now these are a little bit of a takeoff on those Rothy's. I'm sure you've seen them advertised, or you have some in your own wardrobe, but they're about, oh my gosh, like probably somewhere between $80 and $100 and some dollars. Now these I also found on Amazon. These are Frank Muller shoes, and they are somewhere between like $28 and like $35. So I went ahead and I got myself a pair of tan ones and a pair of gray ones. Now, what I really like about these shoes is that they come with a couple extra soles. And if you're like me and you have a hard time fitting into shoes, like I am somewhere between a 5.5 and a 6. A 5.5 is too tight and a 6 is a little bit too loose. So when I have an option like this to get some extra soles in here to kind of customize the fit, it makes me so happy because I know that they're going to wear really well for me and they're going to be comfortable all day long. They have just a tiny little bit of a sole here, but they are really comfy. I mean, you could wear these for hours, do some walking, and your foot feels pretty good. So I'm going to add these to my collection of nude shoes. I know you probably think I'm nuts. I think I'm nuts really at this point. I just couldn't think about it anymore. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to bring all of them. So finding a bag to carry my makeup in has been a challenge. I, for the longest time, used the trolley from Lug to carry most of my, makeup back and forth on trips, but I like to separate it so I could, have one bag for my eyes, one bag for my face, one bag, for lips and cheeks and all that stuff. So I've kind of put together my own makeup kit, and I'm still using some Lug products. Now this one is the Lug Lunchbox, which I like it because it is insulated, and I think makeup does much better when it can stay as cool as possible, especially with 102 degrees going on. So sometimes when I travel, I'll even put like a little icy in there to keep everything nice and cool if we're traveling, in the summertime. So on the inside here, I have, Lug has a set of 3 cosmetic cases, which came in the same print, so I was like, oh yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. So here I have like one large case, like this has all of like my foundation, concealer, primer, powder, all of that stuff, so that goes in the bottom. And then in each of these, one is for eyes and one is for lips and cheeks. One of the hardest things about packing up your makeup is, you probably like, one eyeshadow in this palette, one eyeshadow in this palette, so you end up taking like 3 or 4 with you. So what I did recently was I put together, on ColourPop's website, you can put together your own eyeshadow palette and also a like cheek bronzer and highlighter palette. So what I did was I picked my favorite ones from ColourPop. I always like to have a black shadow with me to do like lining of my eyes, and I have a couple satin ones, and I have mostly matte because that's usually what I use the most. These are the colors that I tend to lean towards anyway, so I gathered them all together into one palette. So all I have to do is pack this one up and take it with me, and I have all of my favorite shades so that I can do whatever, eye look that I want to do while I'm gone. We were up and out the door the next morning at 5 a.m., landed in California around 12:30. My kids had landed about the same time, so it was so great to see them waiting for us. We loaded up the car and headed to our rental home in the Movie Colony neighborhood of Palm Springs. The house was so cute. It was very 1970s with 5 bedrooms, so it was big enough for all of us. Whenever we go somewhere as a family, I like to rent a house because I think having your own kitchen saves you a lot of money on meals, and it gives you a place to gather together to just hang out, play a couple board games, and be together. The best part about this house was the backyard. It had an awesome pool, a hot tub, and a whole outdoor barbecue area. area with a little putting green along the side. Because of the heat, we spent a ton of time in the pool. It was so relaxing to have it right outside your door. The house was large enough for everyone to have their own bedroom and bath, which made getting ready for all the wedding events so much easier. Although we brought everything from home, I was happy to see that the house had their hair and bath products for us to use, and they had a really well-stocked kitchen with spices and gadgets galore. The wedding was just incredible. My niece, the bride, was beautiful. She and her husband were so happy to have everyone there to celebrate with. I wore that navy and pink dress I shared with you guys a few months ago. It was very comfy and perfect to dance the night away in. The reception was at this small private resort surrounding the pool with fairy lights and flowers everywhere. It was just truly magical. So when we got in last night, I made a really quick order to Walmart. I just wanted to pick up a couple things. I'll probably go to the grocery store a little bit later in the week, but there were some things that we needed for the refrigerator right away. So I got us a dozen eggs. I have a half gallon of milk here. I'm going to be making for dinner my favorite quick meal. I'm going to be using my pastaroni, shells, and white cheddar, and I'm going to be making some barbecue chicken. So I just have some chicken tenders here with our favorite barbecue sauce, which is Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar. And then I'm just going to heat up some of these mixed vegetables. That is our favorite quick dinner that I make. It's my husband's favorite. We really enjoy it, and it takes, I think, less than a half hour to put together. So some of the other things that I picked up today, we got some Greek yogurt. I have some spinach here. I'm going to be making some pasta vajol soup for the week, so I'm going to need my spinach. I have some baby carrots, some bananas, and a couple of green peppers. So as I'm working around the house today, unpacking, putting everything away, I have been listening on Audible to the Britney Spears book, The Woman in Me. I am not somebody that is really attracted to like movie stars or things like that, but Britney has always been somebody that I have rooted for. I have always wanted her to, be well, be successful, and be happy. So I'm on chapter 13 so far, so good. It's a quick moving book. I think Michelle Williams is doing the narration of it, and I've always enjoyed her as well. I have dinner all going here. I have my chicken tenders here in my saute pan. I just seasoned them really well with garlic powder, salt and pepper, a little bit of basil, a little bit of paprika, some dry ranch seasoning. So I'm going to brown them on both sides, and I'm going to add the barbecue sauce. Back here I have my mixed vegetables, and then in this pot here I'm going to probably do the 2 boxes of the pastaroni. So like I said, this meal is so quick and it is so yummy, and it's like the perfect simple back home kind of meal after such a long flight. My ears are still clogged. Hopefully that'll clear up in the next couple days. And I just have like a mountain of laundry to do, and all those little things that you have to do when you get back from a long trip. So here is our barbecue chicken with some cheesy shells and a side of mixed vegetables. I'm so excited about sitting down and having this meal. When I travel, I'm so picky about what I eat because not everything agrees with me, out in the big wide world. So even this really simple dinner is just going to be really good for the soul. So we're going to sit down and have something to eat, and then I want to share with you guys a little pre-Christmas Target and Home Goods haul. So I had been seeing online that Target had some of their holiday Christmas things in the Target dollar spot, and I wanted to stop by today just to see what my store had. While I was there this morning, they were unpacking box after box after box of, new additions to the dollar spot, and there were so many people around kind of just like, picking things out of the boxes quicker than they could unpack them. So I pretty much just went through the whole rest of the store and I found some really great holiday things. I have a Santa mug collection that I bring out every Christmas, and I've just kind of been working on it for like the last decade or so. So whenever I see a cute Santa mug, I like to buy a couple of them. And while I was in store today, I saw this cute little guy. I just think that Santa is just, he is just the Christmas icon, for the fun of the holiday for me. And I got 4 of these. These were just $5 a piece. They were not in the dollar spot though. They were, kind of near the kitchen things. That's where I also found these Merry Christmas appetizer plates. These were 4 for $12, so I got 2 sets of these that I think are going to come in so handy during the holiday season. I have others that I had found from Target, oh my goodness, years ago, that are white, and they have like the little red truck on them with the Christmas tree in the back. So I thought this would be a great addition to those and kind of make like a really nice set. They were also starting to unpack some of like the bigger decor pieces, and I found 2 signs that I really loved. I found this joy sign with the red and black buffalo check, and then I found this sign. They both were just $5. Again, they were not in the dollar spot. They were back, like where they have like the regular holiday decor. So I rounded back out to the dollar spot on my way out, and I came across these absolutely beautiful green glass pine trees. Pine trees are my favorite tree. I keep them up in my house all year long, and I just thought these were just so beautiful. On the bottom there, they have like a little battery light so that they can light up. I'm trying to decide how I want to do my table this year for Christmas Eve, because I'm going to have about 13 or 14 people for Christmas Eve, so I'm going to have to add another table in my dining room, but I wanted to make it so that I had like, the same decor all the way down for both tables. So I'm thinking I'm going to do something with these beautiful trees because they light up, and I just think that would look really pretty down, down the dining room table. So this is everything that I got from Target, and I have another little bag here with some things that I found at Home Goods. So heading into Home Goods today, I was on the lookout for a knit throw for the sofa. I wanted something that was like a really deep red, not that like cherry Christmassy red, and I came across this beautiful throw there that I thought was the perfect color. It's from Tahari Home, and I think it was all of maybe like $23.99, which I thought was a great price because I was looking at one, certainly not the same quality at Target, and I think that one was $30. So I thought this was a really great buy, so I picked this up. I also picked up a Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. I have a ton of these, but I decorate with pine trees all over the house, and anytime I can find one like this, I like to pick it up. And this one was really cheap. I think it was only, yeah, it was only $7.99, so I could not pass it up for the size that it was, and you could pretty much put it anywhere in the house. And then I saw these small little Santa espresso mugs, which I thought were so cute, and I picked these up. So I think I have maybe 8 little espresso mugs or Santa espresso mugs that I can probably use, either hang on a little Christmas, like a kitchen Christmas tree. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those just yet, but I'm going to add these to my collection, and that's pretty much all I picked up today. I was in a little bit of the Christmas spirit. The closer we get to Halloween, I start thinking about Christmas, because as soon as I take Halloween down, Christmas goes up. So that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. So it turns out I have a double ear infection. So we're going to give that a little time to heal up, and I will be back soon with another fun fall video. Check out the description box down below for links to items mentioned in today's video. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe and join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.